Welcome everybody to Just Mitchin. Sorry, I had that weird face pause thing I had going on. Was I totally was trying to do Twitch and I remembered that I can't do two cameras on your laptop at one time. Where's this camera? There we go. I'm a mess. This is weird talking kind of to myself. I'm trying to get chat in here when um, perfect. So that I think in the chat I'll be able to see it all. Messages and everything. Yes, I will. Alright, that's perfect. Sorry, this is I don't know. Never gone solo, never been by myself, just chatting and figuring it all out. But anyways, guys, we yeah, just mentioned intro. I'm normally ask somebody how they're doing and everything, but it's just me. um, hey, yesterday I interviewed Josh Pauls. He's a three-time Paralympic gold medalist, four-time world champion in ice para hockey. Dude, go check out Google ice para hockey, Google sledge hockey, or sled hockey. There's a documentary also on Amazon Prime. It's called Warrior something. That sport is brutal, crazy. It's just like real hockey, but they're in little bumper cars. And the interview's really good. We talk just about everything. With disabilities. We talk about being disabled because we both are in depth. Talking about just life. He's a really fun, great guy. I hope everybody's week has been well. Um, voice change. Oh no, is it on?
Voice changer's on. Yes, it was. Thank you, Keenan. I did not know that I was sounding like a. Ah. Well, anyways, Keenan, why did you not text me back, man? You're supposed to be on the show with me. Now I'm solo. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so I hope well anyways, I'll go back. We did the Josh Paul's interview and it was quite well. I did that by myself. He's a great dude. Like I said, three-time Paralympic gold medalist, four-time world champion. Para ice hockey is crazy, crazy, crazy sport. And then as everybody other week is, our hobby heroes for this week are Ryan's Cars and Cards and Employee 84. They are two incredible guys in the hobby. Ryan's always buying. He bought a bunch of people cards last week. He's selling cards. He's always doing his buy sell trade thread. Try to help me out sell some stuff this week. He's a good dude. And then employee 84, he is sending out 1,000 cards for celiac awareness. I'm not celiac, but I am gluten free, and I get how hard it is. I couldn't imagine being celiac where you actually really have to pay attention to having absolutely zero gluten in your body. I just can't have a lot. Or, well, I mean, I shouldn't have any. It really messes me up. But digressing back, they're both two amazing human beings, and they are up for grabs for a dugout mug. I love these things. I love drinking out of this. When I was talking to Randall, he said only 40% of consumers drink out of theirs, which kind of blows my mind because it's kind of a fun thing to have when you're watching a game. And then if you want one because you don't become a hobby hero and then win the hobby hero, um, the hobby hero lottery for one because we're at week 6 now. We've got 8 people, and so that's 6 more weeks to go till we do our first drawing for a dugout mug. On top of that, if you go to dugoutmugs.com backslash Mitchin, it helps us out a lot. It's our referral code. If you use their text notifications, if you sign up for those, you get 25% off. And also, you are giving to a great, great company. Guys who really take care of their fans. What's up, Yak and Bass? How you doing? Kenny, can you hop on? If you can, that makes me not feel like as crazy. I'll send you an email real quick. This is quite the going to be quite the episode today. Um, I'll send him one, and then he can just jump in. while I'm going on with my thing. I'm sorry, guys, for whoever's watching, for Yak and Bass and Keenan who are watching. Invite. Oh man! All right, all my hotkeys are about to go off real quick. There we go. All right. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming in and watching this show. Everybody else, I'm sorry that this is, when you watch this later on, this is kind of a joke. But I'm going to talk about Justin Turner and my opinions on that. He found out in the second inning. Well, the Dodgers found out in the second inning that he was tested positive for COVID. And then he was pulled from the game in the seventh, I believe. I'm going off the top of my head. My notes aren't great today. It was kind of really rushed together. But this is how I look at it. Justin Turner's been playing in the big leagues for a very, very long time. And really, how many years does he have left? I believe he's 36 in his early mid 30s, maybe late 30s. He's in his 30s. I know that for sure. So here's the thing. His entire life, from childhood to high school to the minors to the pros, there's only been one goal, and that's to win the World Series. He's been close 2 times, lost twice. So for him to go celebrate with his teammates, it's the fucking World Series. Yeah, did he put people at risk? But we go at risk every day because we don't get tested when we go to the grocery store. We don't get tested when we go to, grocery store, market, mall, wherever. When you go out to eat, you have no idea who goes in contact. You don't know if you've been asymptomatic for a long time. You could be spreading this horrible disease around like left and right with no clue that it's happening, to be honest. So if I was him, I would have gone out there too, and I wouldn't even thought about it. He had his mask on for most of it. He got to celebrate. He's a World Series champion. 100%. Now he's a World Series champion. He took a picture with his teammates without his mask. His manager was right by him. Did he care? I don't think so. They're World Series champions. What's up, dude? Why? Where you been? Oh, he's connecting to audio. Going on this rant.
There, I'm good.
Where you been?
There was stuff that happened. I'm back though. I'm here.
Well, I texted you and you didn't text me, and I'm like freaking out. This is all half-assed, but we'll make it work. We'll go through stuff. I gotta tell you, dude, my cello team. Well, I pulled 2 gold collectibles and 2 icons today.
Rematch V3?
Yeah, probably. We'll talk about it. So anyways, what's your opinion on, I thought you were chewing. I was like, what the hell are you doing? I was gonna yell at you. What are your opinions on Justin Turner? I was just going on about that. He won a World Series. He's been going for this his whole life. For him not, it's reasonable for me to think that to go out there and celebrate. I think I would do the same thing. To be honest, my honest opinion. I'm uneducated though, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody would do the same thing. However,
was it right?
No, because at that point you're potentially impacting everybody that was on the field at that time, and then their families, and then their friends. Like, you know what I mean? It's like domino effect.
Yeah.
Where if one person get it, then 3 more can get it. It's just.
And but like the big thing for me, like I said before you got on, was we go to, that was so loud in my ears. We go to the market. We go to the mall. We go all around town, right? During this COVID, this pandemic. I don't know why I'm doing this. During this pandemic. And we don't know if we're asymptomatic. Some of us think we just have a cold that might be going around. Some people might know and still be going around. So it's happening no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did he knew, was it right? I'm not in the place to say it was right or wrong. I mean, I would have done the same thing. So I can't say it was wrong if I don't want to be I've been a hypocrite plenty of times in my life. I don't want to be called a hypocrite this time. I would have done the same thing. And then, did you see Tony La Russa's managing the White Sox?
Yeah, I did actually notice that today. I didn't really read up on it too much, but I got the notification on my phone, and I figured that you'd want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, no, this is pretty awesome. So Tony La Russa has been in 2.6% of all baseball games, Major League Baseball games ever played. That's how long he's been around. He's a winner. He won in Oakland. He won for the Cardinals. This White Sox team is very, very good. It's very young, has a whole bunch of talent. So they say he's an old school guy. Tony La Russa, when he was in 2011, that was the last time he managed with the Cardinals. I felt like he was always ahead of the game, even with the analytics department. He's having the pitcher hit eighth, another guy, a guy hit in ninth, so potentially a second leadoff spot. I think he was he shifting then? I can't remember. I just know Tony's a very smart baseball mind, and he's been very good at what he does. In this day and age, you have so much data, and you have an analytic guy already telling you what you need to do, and like who should start, who should be in this situation. It's more he's there to manage players and make players happy, and it has been shown that he's done that and been successful doing it. We'll just have to see. It's been 9 years out from doing this, so how much has that mentality changed? Well, sometimes his he can kind of be an ass, not an ass, but like he can be tough. He can be. I definitely think he's a tough manager to play for, but I don't know. I've never played for him.
Well, I think that a veteran like that and a guy who's been around the game for as long as he has is going to be good for that young team and help them, bring them to where they are. And you know what? A young team like that probably needs a tough coach, someone that won't deal with anything but the best. And if you're not playing the best, go somewhere else because you don't deserve to be there anyways.
No, exactly. I'm excited. I want to see how Robert bounces back from next year will be his second year in the bigs. He did not win the AL Rookie of the Year. My boy Kyle Lewis did, which I was super excited about that. Mariner winning the Rookie of the Year, it's pretty huge for us because we don't get too much cool stuff happening. I just felt like we needed a little cheering going on. Oh shit. I hit buttons and then I messed things up. So I have them on hotkeys now, and I was worried when I was typing in your name to Gmail to send you the notification. All I have to hit is K, but this is what K sounds like. And then I was so nervous I messed up the show because I wanted to start the show like this. It's time!
Actually, you know how like there was the whatever the song there for the timer or whatever that you clicked. Yeah. When you're typing, it actually was perfect because you're like waiting for me to hop on as you're typing.
I should have kept
also,
it going.
Mitch, I know it's very. I know it has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but your boy has a nose hair trimmer now.
Oh, nice. I have mine mine's right here. I don't want to dig through stuff and knock stuff down, but I have to have mine because sometimes with like the beard and stuff, you can't always tell the difference. So like sometimes I'll like have super long nose hairs and I just think it's my mustache. So I'm like, oh dude, that's fucking gross. But anyways, digressing back, AJ Hinch now has a job in Detroit, which I think is absurd. This guy, because he is I don't know if you know, he's the previous manager for the Houston Astros. He was the Astros manager during the cheating scandal. Do you think AJ Hinch deserves to be back in baseball so soon?
Well, I mean, it's not really up to anybody else to deserve, or it's not really up to anybody to decide that. I mean,
we can have opinions and discuss it.
That's true. I mean, I know personally, I think it's not going to work. The little players respect him. That's what I'm wondering.
I wonder that too, and at the same time, I wonder
because baseball is black and white. There's no way around it.
No, there's no way around it. And my big thing is I get why the players didn't get punished because it was so hard to find out who did it, when they did it, and all that stuff. We just know it happened, and I think
Yeah.
the Astros did take a fall on a bigger thing. I think everybody was doing it. I think a lot of
Mhm.
baseball was, and the Astros just kind of fell on the spear as the ones who got caught. But AJ Hinch knew about this, so
Because
him
they
getting
won.
suspended for an entire season, for me, I think he should be gone for life. Look at this: Shoeless Joe Jackson has been banned for 101 years from baseball for betting on baseball. He's been dead since the 70s, and he bet on baseball. Pete Rose has been banned for what we're pushing almost 40 years now for betting on baseball. So is betting on baseball worse than cheating during a baseball game?
Was it any different?
I don't really think so because I mean, Pete Rose he only bet on his team to win. I think the big issue is he lied about it. I don't ever remember AJ Hinch coming out and saying that they actually really did it.
Yeah.
I think he's a piece of shit. I don't think he should be in the MLB. I think a lot of those guys shouldn't be at the MLB. I had no problem when Joe Kelly threw at one a couple of them. I would have done the same thing. You
Yeah.
cheated. You robbed guys of their jobs. Guys got called up. They faced the Astros and got sent down. Like it's in my opinion, it's messed up. And then my next thing was, do you think Seattle's going to make a big plunge this offseason in free agency? Because Charlie Morton just got Tampa Bay's not going to. They renounced his rights. It's a big picture.
So you're asking me if you think Seattle's going to do anything?
No, I don't. I'm just saying make the plunge financially. I can answer this myself. No, they won't. They're too much building on this young talent. I know. Like it's just how I had it set up. It's gonna be this is gonna be a quick night, everybody. It's been a shit show of the start, and then we're gonna talk. This is the last MLB thing. Then we're going to the NFL. Done. I mean, we can talk hockey real quick at the end, and that's about it. I mean, well, not real quick. I mean, we can talk hockey as long as we want. I finally picked my NHL team. But I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you
Later.
because I
All
sold some stuff, so now I can afford something I wanted for when I stream and stuff, and that was all going on the idea of who I'd pick. But anyways, we'll see how to make the big plunge financially. I don't think so. I think they're still a year out from making the playoffs. So if I was them, I wouldn't spend that money yet. I would just hold on to it, especially since Kyle Seager is getting paid $15 million this year. And next year they have a player option on him for like $21 million. So I think unfortunately, as much as I love Kyle Seager, I think you cut ties with him too. He's older, just time to move on. Now jumping into the NFL, you were laying in your bed, sir. You need a chair.
Yeah, you're right. I do need a chair. You know any good spots I could buy one maybe?
Yeah, if you go to esportsfurniturestore.com, use the code JustMitchin at checkout, you get 10% off your order. They have gaming chairs. They have gaming recliners, kind of like, well, not what I'm sitting in. This isn't really a recliner. It massages your back and everything, dude. Legs go up. They have desks. They have everything for your gaming needs or just viewing needs. I mean, those gaming luxuries, I could watch TV in all day long. But jumping over to the NFL, we talked about this real quick. On Tuesday, Tua makes his NFL debut versus the Rams. Whew, man, that's a team, that's a defense to make your NFL debut against. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I assume Tua he'll do his best. You know, he'll play well. I'd imagine. Do I think they're gonna win? No, the Rams are super good. They're super good this year. I mean, they're not very weak in very many places. He'll probably do well, and he'll be. What's that?
I said I think they have the same record.
Yeah, but if you no, they don't.
No, the Rams are 5-2. Never mind.
Yeah. But I think he'll be given every chance. Like Tua will get multiple chances to succeed. He won't get pulled like Fitzpatrick did there, right after winning.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I think this first game for Tua is going to be tough. You have Aaron Donald, who's not going to let them run at all, and the guy is going to. That team's going to have pressure on him left and right. The DBs are decent.
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough game for Tua, but it'll be fun to watch. We haven't seen a left-handed quarterback since 2015. So for all you lefties out there, including myself and you, right?
I'm right-handed, buddy.
Oh, fuck, whatever. Go away. But you play hockey left-handed. That's weird.
Yeah, I do. I also golf right-handed.
Dude, you're all sorts of fucked up. But I mean, 5-2. I don't think the Dolphins win. I was going to look at the spread, but I don't think NFL.com does spreads like I don't like this. I usually use ESPN, but they were moving slower in looking at the spread. But anyways, I definitely think the Rams are going to win. I don't think Tua will get his first win right away. It's going to be a tough year. I mean, this team is 3-3. They do have the chance to win the division. I just don't see why you're pushing this kid in already.
Imagine if he gets hurt again. Imagine.
Well, yeah. I mean, the last time he played, he broke his hip and his nose.
Yeah. I mean, do you think he's a little like nervous or whatever on top of playing his first, like starting his first NFL game? You think he's a little nervous? Especially since that defense is no joke. There's massive boys on that defense. Like you already named Aaron Donald, and people know how he is. He's a literal tank.
Dude, that guy, he's so strong. And he's so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm pulling up there. What are the Rams on defense? So the Rams are ranked 12th on defense this year, which, I mean, that's above. There's 32 teams in the NFL, so, they're like a C+. Yeah. But here's the issue right here. The Dolphins are 25th in offense. Their passing is 22nd and their rushing is 29th. So their rushing is the second to worst in the NFL. So they're going to get no help. He's going to be running around with it. He's got to be running around with his head cut off. I don't think his head cut off, but he's going to be running around a lot. It'll be fun to watch because the kid is insanely athletic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also how much of a beating can he take. But that happens to all quarterbacks. Look at Baker Mayfield gets the shit beat out of him every Sunday. And then going over to I'm going to talk about this. Abe's not here, so I'm going to talk about this. Did you see who voted for Donald Trump?
No.
Posted it on Twitter. Brett fucking Favre came out and said it. Yeah, Brett Favre said it. He voted for Donald Trump. My comment wasn't like super nice to some people. I kind of told the whole world to go eat my ass. But he came out and said it, and he said it in the best way possible. That like we're allowed to vote for whatever we want and speak our minds, and the president has a lot of stuff he likes. The reason I'm bringing this up is there are people in all sports that I don't like. For instance, I'll say I don't like LeBron James, and I don't like LeBron James not as a basketball player. I don't like LeBron James as a person. I'm not going to get into why because I don't want a whole bunch of hate. But you're not going to see me burn a LeBron James card. Not going to see me disrespect his jersey. I might not like you, but I will never disrespect you. And I was reading these comments that people were writing about Brett Favre that were absolutely horrid. And they're like burning his jerseys and all this stuff over who he voted for. So now we're not allowed to pick who we want to vote for?
Yeah, it's a tough world you live in, Mitch.
I know. You're up in Canada, everybody. If everybody wants to know, Keenan lives in like the smallest town in freaking Canada, in northern Alberta. So like he doesn't even know what the real world's like.
Anyways, you said something earlier about someone getting their head taken off, right? You want to talk about Teddy Bridgewater and his injury?
What happened to Bridgewater?
He got got hit he got like kind of tripped up. And then somebody came and cranked him like from the back, so he kind of like scrunched.
Really? Oh, was that last night?
Yeah, that was last night.
I didn't see that.
And their loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, their loss to Atlanta. No, I didn't see that. Oh, so it's kind of like the Andy Dalton hit, but Dalton took his in the face.
Dalton took his head on. Bridgewater took his from the back, like back head.
So it's all
up. Yeah.
Well, you can talk. What did you think about that game last night? Did you watch any of it? You're hanging out with me for most of the night.
I was just keeping up on scores. I mean, I figured that Atlanta was going to blow it again, but
no. I think they're finally like coming more alive.
Mhm.
Poor Teddy Bridgewater. The guy just keeps getting hurt.
Mhm.
You can't find a team. Is this last night? I'm watching this real quick.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And of course, I have, of course, stupid ads in my ear. It's annoying. This show's such a mess. I love it, dude. Because we're just talking now.
It's just raw.
All right, I'm watching this.
Like he's got to. It's going to be a couple of weeks at least. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Should he be fined? Yeah, he's got a concussion, neck issues. He's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's going to be 3 weeks or more. I like how you, or at least on here, I would have gone the whole show talking like an ogre.
Yeah, that's why I always check. I always watch the start of your shows, especially just to make sure. But
I don't know how I got it set like that one as the one that pops up. It's so annoying. I think I did it the other day on Twitch, and I was like, "What the hell am I doing?"
All right, so I've got 2 more things on the NFL. Last show, I wanted to talk about this, but you kind of moved us along, which is fine. Doesn't matter because it works today too. But I noticed the Eagles are playing the Cowboys this week, so that's a pretty big game in terms of
division
leading, and what playoffs look like, I guess. But
it's gonna be a shit show to watch.
Yes,
they said they know Andy Dalton. I think he's like game time decision if he's gonna be able to play or not. I don't know how he still doesn't have concussion symptoms. I mean, he was out. Like I saw him get hit, and there was nothing up there, like going like registering in his brain for a couple seconds. I'm looking. I want to see the spread of this game. Right? Yeah,
and also
it's Sunday Night Football. How terrible of a Sunday Night Football game you're gonna have? 2-5 versus 2-4-1.
It's still going to be there's still lots of viewers just because of the.
Oh yeah, because of the 2 teams. They have very diehard fan bases.
But
what?
Thinking,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh no,
I said
I
the
was just
line's
thinking, like,
10.5.
10.5. Okay. But I was just thinking, like, if you're the Cowboys, why don't you go maybe trade for a guy? Why don't you go trade for a quarterback? Like, I mean, I don't know about you.
Ends on Tuesday at 4 p.m. because I was going to bring that up too. And Jameis Winston's sitting in New Orleans. Give up a third round pick for him.
I'm thinking Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I doubt they'll want to move him, even though they decided to put him in a backup role. I doubt they'll want to move him. I think Jameis is more likely to get moved out of any quarterbacks kind of going. And then I was just looking at this. You could pull it up on your laptop, but I'm gonna pick my game of the week. Abe and I always do like a game of the week, which ones we like. Dude, the best game of the week is going, in my honest opinion. I already know, but I just want to look at everything else. Green Bay plays the Vikings. The best game of the week is right there. It's Steelers Ravens.
Yeah, Steelers Ravens. I was gonna say the same thing.
And that Baltimore by 4.5 over under. I mean, that's a Baltimore by 4.5. I don't think Baltimore covers it. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. I think this game's going to be very, very, very close.
I'm very good.
Oh, it's gonna be a great game. These games, they're always great games. This is the AFC North is a great division, and the Steelers Ravens rivalry gets better and better every year, especially now because last year it kind of sucked because the Ravens were great and the Steelers were subpar just because they don't really have Big Ben.
Yeah.
Now this year we're seeing 2 powerhouse teams. We'll say, do you think Pittsburgh will stay undefeated?
I don't know, because Baltimore is kind of a tricky team sometimes because they can punch you for like 40 points some nights, and then some nights they're just a little slower. You know what I mean? Like, so it depends if you get crazy Baltimore where they'll punch in like 3, 4, maybe 5 TDs, like in a shorter amount of time.
Well,
and
they're coming off their bye week as well.
Exactly. So they'll be rested.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game, even though both teams have very good defenses. I just think those kind of games, these big games sometimes turn into these big shootouts. No matter what, even if it's a defensive battle, it'll be
I
fun.
think Pittsburgh will take it though.
Pittsburgh. All right, I'll take the
But yeah,
Ravens.
I do think Pittsburgh.
I was taking Pittsburgh too. To be honest, I'll take Pittsburgh. And the other game I
Yeah.
just looked at, Saints Bears. They're both 4. Well, the Bears are 5-2. The Saints are 4-2. Those are big games for both teams.
Yeah.
And with their division wise, well, they're in separate divisions, but I mean, if Chicago loses this, they go 5-3. Say, well, Green Bay is playing Minnesota, who's 5-1. And you know, Green Bay is 5-1. I mean, Minnesota's 1-5. Green Bay's 5-1. So Green Bay, who I think should win, will be 6-1. And that would put the Bears at 4-3. That's pretty hard to catch. I mean, the Packers are going to lose at least 3 games, but if you're going through halfway through the season with already 3 losses, it's hard to catch a team to win.
Yeah.
Via the division if they fall apart.
Actually, and then another thing about the Ravens, I actually saw this today. And this is really bad, honestly, for the Jets. But if the Ravens hadn't scored a single point this season, they'd still have a better point differential than the Jets.
The Jets are so bad. They're so bad. You think the Jets win a game this year?
No.
I don't see
no. Who are they going to beat? Maybe like.
I just logged out of ESPN. I don't know their schedule. I don't even think they beat anybody bad. I don't think they have anybody great. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll go look right now. At the.
So here's a good question for your Canadian self. When you go look up stuff, do you go to ESPN or do you go to Sportsnet?
When I'm looking at American sports like football and baseball, ESPN.
Okay.
It's just better.
I'm looking.
Okay,
Is it sportsnet.ka or .com?
It's .com or .ca.
It's .ca.
All right, so the Jets next opponents are Kansas City, New England, LA, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Browns, and the Patriots.
Nope.
Like, who could they maybe beat? Miami? Maybe if they have a good game.
Maybe. I mean, but it is the NFL. I mean, any team can lose on any given Sunday. I mean, it just happens. So, I mean, going 0-16 is really hard to do. Like going 16-0 is impossible to do.
I mean, the Patriots have been collapsing on themselves. Like, did you see the rumor that Gilmore is on the block potentially? Or potentially wants out?
I saw that. I saw John Ross wants out. I was looking at this. It's a trade line, like deadlines, like top targets for every team. Like who should every team get rid of? And did I see anybody interesting? Well, Griffin's already gone. Giants said get rid of Evan Ingram. Philly says Zach Ertz. It's a big name. Detroit said Marvin Jones. I'm going through. Yeah, New Orleans, the Jameis. The Saints are eager to part ways with Winston, whom they like enough to consider as a potential successor to the bargain basement winning deal yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they get rid of him. Tampa Bay has nobody to get rid of. Patrick Peterson, that they said that could move for Arizona. That would be interesting because he's a pretty good corner still. Still like Patrick Peterson, but those are I'm not seeing any other big names. What?
Hold on, I'm just trying to look something up here.
John Ross said he wants out. David Njoku could go out. Kenny Stills, Jacoby Brissett for the Colts. That would be interesting. I mean, I could see a team go for a quarterback, especially a team that needs a quarterback. But then again, trading for a quarterback, trading in the NFL is different than trading in baseball and hockey. Because I could trade for you in hockey and have you play tomorrow. Yeah. Correct? Mm-hmm. No problem. I could trade for somebody in the NBA, have them play tomorrow. I could trade for somebody in baseball and have them play tomorrow. You learn on the fly in those sports. In the NFL, the quarterback can't be traded tomorrow. Traded today and play tomorrow. It takes like 2 weeks. It's a lot of stuff to learn. I mean, even if they dumb down the playbook, it's still a lot of stuff to learn. But yeah, what else you got on the NFL? Anything NFL? Anything else? Are
Um,
we moving on to a puck?
I got something on NCAA for football.
All right, what do you got?
Um,
We never talk NCAA on
so
here.
you know how Trevor Lawrence got COVID.
Oh,
So
yep.
and you need to like isolate for like 2 weeks or whatever. But in their next 10 days, Clemson has 2 games. They're playing Boston College, I think tomorrow, and then they play Notre Dame next weekend. So what do you think that'll happen? What do you think will happen to their record then
So
if they don't have him?
here's the thing. They've been a top 5 program for a while in college football. I would say the last 10 years they've been about the last 6-7 years they've been pretty dominant. I will not be surprised if they already have a good backup.
But
That kid's gonna have to start until next year.
that's
So
true.
why not get it on now? I'm happy as a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Notre Dame will knock them off or have a better chance of knocking them off now.
Yeah, better chance. I mean, you never know. It's still football. I mean, this kid could. Who would ever thought Jalen Hurts would have got benched for Tua?
Yeah.
Like those kind of things happen. These kids come out of nowhere. So who the hell knows? I don't know anything on this guy, but the odds are he's probably pretty good.
Well,
I
everyone
just
who's
saw
pretty much there is
something.
good.
Oh, I saw when we go over to hockey. I saw something I wanted your opinion on.
All right, I'm gonna go look at their quarterbacks real quick.
So good, but yeah, I mean, they're a big time program. So a big time program like that's usually gonna have a decent backup.
So they have a freshman quarterback, Hunter Helms, is one of their quarterbacks, along with Trevor Lawrence. And I'm just looking.
Clemson's backup.
Yeah, they have Hunter Helms and Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, that's it. No, they should have somebody. Who's Clemson's backup?
Oh,
DJ
and yeah,
DJ Illa. What the
they've
fuck?
they've got like four freshman quarterbacks actually.
Yeah, so this is who's going to start. Right here is timeline Clemson's backup. So Boston College, and then Notre Dame. His backup is DJ. I don't know how to pronounce his name. What could this mean?
Uiagalelei?
Yeah, maybe Uiagalelei. Who is this? Okay, Uiagalelei is top ranked presumed starter on Saturday against Boston College. The Tigers are in good hands. Uiagalelei was the 43rd, the number 43 recruit in ESPN's 2020 rankings and the number 1 pocket passer in the country. Yeah, he's been with them since January. Yeah, this kid's good.
Mm-hmm.
So far this season, he's completed 12 of 19 passes for 102 yards and scored twice on the ground. And mop-up rolls. Yeah, they're going to be fine. It'll be good for him. And if they lose if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I don't play. I just say, F it. I don't know. That doesn't seem like Trevor Lawrence, and I wonder if, talking about Trevor Lawrence, do you think to avoid the Jets, do you think he returns to Clemson next year? No, you think he goes pro?
Because that's money. That money is that's life-changing money that he'll get. I mean, you don't want to risk what if he plays next year at Clemson and some shit happens, he breaks his leg and it's never work. You know what I mean? He can never play football again.
No, 100%. I agree with you. So what was I looking up? Oh yeah. So did you see Lafreniere is not on the Canada's roster? We're switching over to hockey, everybody.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised at all. Do you really think the Rangers are going to let their number 1 overall pick potentially get hurt
in the WJC? I mean, it just
he got hurt last year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he got hurt playing in the juniors last year.
It just lets him. I just think it lets him play. That's, I think, part of the thing is. I mean, I just saw the AHL is not starting until February. Mm-hmm. He's not going to play. He can't play in the AHL, but
he'll play in the NHL.
He'll play. No, that's what I said. The NHL doesn't start till January.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to get these kids playing. I mean, I get it too. I get that they don't want to give it up. Who was the kid from the Coyotes? I wanted to talk about that.
Oh,
What's his
Mitchell
name?
Miller.
Yeah, Mitchell Miller. What an asshole. What a dickbag. I'm so happy they renounced his rights, and I hope he never plays in the NHL.
He's never going to play in the NHL. He's never going to play in North America. He'll probably go play in the KHL or somewhere
Yeah,
in
he's been
Sweden or Finland.
blackballed. One, especially in the state we are in this country, even though the NHL is almost half Canada, half more USA. But even in Canada, you guys have had social justice issues. You've had riots and everything. So to be bullying on one, a disabled kid pissed me off, and two, from being of color. And I don't know if he bullied on him because he was of color or if he was disabled. That I haven't seen. But either one isn't okay. I don't know what he made fun of him for, but that's why you can't be a dick in this day and age.
There is a report that he put candy, like rubbed candy in like a urinal.
Yeah.
And then made the kid eat it.
Yeah, see, that's effed up. And like, what do you go 14th overall?
No, I think he went in this. I could look it up real quick.
He was the first overall. He was the first round pick. That's why it was such big news.
Last year or this year?
This year.
This year, I don't think they had a pick this year. That's what I'm thinking about.
2000 NHL
definition. Coyote selected Miller in the 4th round after trading away their 1st and 3rd round picks
for this year.
Yeah.
So what happens? So they just get nothing for that pick.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's also rumor that the Coyotes and other teams had him on their no trade list because they knew. But the guy's agent apparently, this is a rumor, but the guy's agent had like not told them the whole story. He left out key parts of it, which I'm guessing were that he was a person of color and he was disabled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you can't do this shit anymore. I mean, I'm against bullying in any way. I think it's completely and totally fucked up. But, and on top of it, you can't be doing this shit anymore. Like with SGWs and everything. Like, you say what? Especially now. You say one bad thing, even if you're talking to like somebody who isn't of color or disabled, you'll get in trouble. I mean, like J.K. Rowling's getting freaking she got in trouble for transgender issues. I'm not getting into that, but I'm just using that as a reference. Like anything that is against, like, well, I don't think what she said was wrong, but digressing.
Damn it.
I can't say myself. I know. Well, I mean, I don't think what she said was wrong. All she said, I'll bring it up real quick. They're talking about, there's some article, because she's been writing a book, and the character I think, thinks about transitioning and stuff. I don't know fully. But what is said is that this person, whoever writes this article, that was was saying there's humans who menstruate, and then there's women. And J.K. Rowling said, aren't people who menstruate women? Or something like that. I mean, I think that's offensive to women.
Yeah, well, that's just fact.
So now they're just humans who menstruate? It's brutal. I'm looking at NHL.com. I'm not seeing anything I'm liking to talk about. Honker returns to Stars. But then that's interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, my NHL team.
Oh, yeah,
Who
your
do you
team.
think it is? Yeah, I went with the
Devils.
I asked my friend John. Yeah. John's like, you should go Flyers. So then I'm like looking at their Flyers, the logo, the team history. Like, I like the Broad Street Bullies and everything, but I hate their colors. I hate their colors. I can't get over it. Get past that. Like, that's something that's for me liking a team. If I don't like their colors or something like that, if it's not aesthetically pleasing, bugs me. And this New Jersey Devils team's a lot of fun to watch, I think, in the next few years. They're very young. They're extremely talented.
Yeah.
With young talent. They have some talent that's like been proven. I mean, we know PK's good. We know Corey Crawford can play. Ryan Murray's decent. Yeah, they went out with it pretty good. But I mean, Jack Hughes now I think has more people that can protect him.
Right.
Um, yeah, I'm just like some of these names I don't even know. But what do you think? Because you'll know more about the Devils than I did. For being jumping onto a team and being a new fan, I think this is the perfect team to pick because I'm gonna go either through the ups and I missed the rebuild because the rebuild's almost on the way out. I mean, their age of their average ages, they have 23, 22, 25, 26. Corey Crawford's old. I mean, they don't have so they have 1, 2 PK and then Travis Sajak. So they have 3 guys who are in their 30s. The rest are in their 20s and young 20s.
Yeah, but teams like that are also scary.
Or they can be a lot of fun.
But
And
yeah, they definitely can be a lot of fun.
And growing up, I like Scott Niemeyer. I like Martin Brodeur,
Mm-hmm.
Scott Stevens. So guys, I gotta grow up and watch play.
Yeah, that's fair. They got a nice, they got a nice history there too, especially
Nice
in
history.
the early 2000s. They have lots of good players. I think it's a well-run team, and they've got lots of exciting prospects. Like off my top of my head, there comes Ty Smith, plays in Spokane in the WHL.
Oh, so I might get to see him this year if I go to a Winterhawks game.
Well, I don't know if he's probably gonna make the NHL this year. I assume.
Oh, you think so? But they get called down, called up and down all the time. It happens a lot.
Yeah, you never know. And then, so yeah, just guys like that, and then I think they drafted a Swedish kid in the draft.
Yeah, he hasn't decided if he's coming over to States yet.
His name Alex Holtz.
Yeah, I was just looking at him.
Holtz.
It's a good team. And then before we end, I watched a really good documentary last night.
Mm-hmm.
That because you have Amazon Prime, right?
No.
Shit. That sucks. It's on Amazon Prime, but it's about the Hershey Bears.
Oh yeah.
It's all about the history. I didn't know that team has won the Calder Cup that many times, and like for being a minor league hockey team, like they're very much about like they believe building by winning, and of course Doc Emmerich narrates the whole thing, so it's like you can't not like something when it's an hour and 30 minutes long and all you hear is Doc Emmerich talk. It made me miss him. Yeah. Well, he's not dead, but really, I think hockey. Yeah, I think hockey's really they lost a legend there, and especially the guy. Yeah. It's not like when like Vin Scully retired from the Dodgers. Like that, he was on one team. He's the national voice of the NHL, especially in the States, because he was on all the NBC games. Mm-hmm. Who's taking over for him?
I don't think it's going to be one person. I think it's going to be multiple people who do his job.
Ugh, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, I hope it's not it probably will be, but like ever since he left NHL 21, the NHL series, whoever it is with Ray Ferraro drive me nuts.
Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah, Eddie Olczyk. I don't like him. I mean, I still have PTSD from last year. I think every time in the second period, Snoop Dogg's going to pop up.
Do you want me to talk about my top 10 lists? Because I made my goalie list and my defense list.
We can do that. I mean, we've got 10 minutes left.
Then you can, jump in whenever you want.
Jump in. All right, so let's start. So we are doing a quick, last night Keith and I were in stream, and we'll probably, you want to play games after this? Or do you have to talk to Emily?
No, we can play games.
All right, so we'll after this, we will be for sure hopping over to twitch.tv/justmitchin. But we were talking hockey because that's what we do is we play hockey or Call of Duty. And we were talking about top 10 goalies and then it turned in top 10 wingers, top 10 centers. And I was like, Keenan, you need to make a list. And instead of running it off the top of your head, really think about it. And then in the show, we'll talk about it. So here you go. Who's your number one goalie?
I only made goalie and defense because the center and the winger lists are going to be hard for me to pick. It's just way too many good players. It's going to take me a little bit to look at stats.
I mean, I think we can sit there and do our own off the top right now.
Yeah. But,
All right, so go
my number
goalie.
one goalie is Martin Brodeur.
I don't think you can argue that. I mean, he's all-time wins, all-time
It's him or
saves.
Wah. Him or Wah.
See, that's what I said last night, Wall, and then I went up and looked at their numbers, and
Yeah.
I really thought about it, like, who do I want in net when that's going to happen? And as now, a newly acquainted Devils fan, I used to really like St. Louis. So the two teams he ever played for, I'm going to go Martin Brodeur.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say Wall.
Yeah, that's who I got my number 2. You just can't go wrong with either. I think it's a 1A, 1B, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like at this point Jordan or LeBron. It's kind of who you decided. And the best thing was Wall and Brodeur played against each other. Well, sometimes they played in different leagues, in different conferences.
Yeah, but those are like those games were games you wanted to watch between the Avalanche and the Devils.
Well, especially that they played so different. I mean, Brodeur was very much that hybrid style, not as aggressive, would sit more back and his net. And then you had freaking Patrick Wall, who would be very aggressive and go out there. I mean, not as aggressive as Crazy Eddie, but he was definitely a pretty aggressive goalie.
Yeah. You're going to be kind of surprised because I changed my list from yesterday.
That's fine.
And I told you off the top of my head. Number 3, the Dominator, Dominik Hasek, obviously, still.
Yeah, he's another one that could go one, like from, he could.
Depends who you're asking, in my opinion.
Yeah, depends who you're asking. The thing with Hasek, why I say that is, I admit that's probably the goalie that like pops up in my head as so dominating. Like when you would play the 2000s and 2010s NHL series, that was the guy everybody wanted because you couldn't score on him.
Yeah.
But then again, I just don't think he goes past Wall or Brodeur. But I'm looking at a list right now, and they have Dominik Hasek second and Brodeur third, and then Wall 1. So.
Sorry, I was just changing my list. I was reading it, and I was changing it.
It's okay. So then who are you going for?
Ken Dryden. He didn't have a long NHL career, but he's one of the best players at the time. Guy was insane. I think he played 10 years in NHL, then he decided to go be a lawyer, and then he was in the Canadian Parliament. But he was part of the Canadians from, I think it was the late 60s to up into the mid 70s, I think.
Really? He left I didn't know that. I knew he was in the Canadian Parliament, but I didn't know that's
why wicked smart. Yeah, he left the team to go pursue his other career. Because at that point he had already won the Vezina Trophy, the Cup. I think he won MVP award too.
He did it all already.
Mm-hmm.
Who's number 5?
Grant Fuhr.
Okay, I see why you would jump with that too, just because it's hometown for you.
He backed Oilers to 4 cups because I'm pretty sure the 5th one wasn't him. But he's a guy that he even said it in his in NHL 100 NHL when he was putting the NHL 100 top 100 players of all time.
Okay.
He said in his interview for that if he had a bad game or he let in a lot of goals in the second, he'd go, "Okay, boys, I'm shutting it down in the third." And what he would do, he'd shut it down in the third. He'd focus up. He'd shut it down. Some people probably don't like my choice because he's a little controversial, but
why is he controversial?
Drugs.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that matters at this point anymore in 2020. Who's 6?
I got Jacques Plante.
Okay. I'm looking at this list and he's pretty
the pioneer of the face mask.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him and his face is all fucked up.
Yeah, because he got a nice clapper right here, I think.
Oh, number 7? Bless you.
All right, thank you. Number 7, I got Glenn Hall.
Okay. Chicago Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, yeah. Once again, just a steady guy in your net. Can't really go wrong there. I think he's Bobby Hull's dad. Or no, Brett Hull's dad, I think.
No.
Brett Hull's dad. Or the Bobby who's Brett Hull's dad.
I think Bobby is.
Yeah.
Because I think these are different Hulls. I'm trying to get here and what the fuck is going on?
Actually, the funny.
This is funny. I'm looking at a different list and it has Hasek 1, Dryden 2, Plot 3, Wall 4.
It's just see, goalies are hard because the game's changed so much for them. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
hard to it's hard to rank. But another story about the Hulls. So they have so I think his name is Jude Hull. Played hockey too in the NA or someone posted on Twitter. What's the main reason you didn't make the NHL? And Jude Hull's like, my dad and grandpa had 1,300 goals in the NHL, and I was stupid enough to be a goalie. Okay, and then at number 8, I got Tony Esposito of the Blackhawks.
I'm trying to. I don't think did he have kids, Mr. Goalie? That's his nickname, Tony Esposito. Okay, keep going on. I'm trying to figure out if this is the one.
Tony Esposito, brother of Phil Esposito, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he speaks for itself. You know, Hall of Famer, one of the best players of all time. Not only just goalie, one of the best players of all time. Number 9, I have George Vezina.
Okay.
Played in the 1920s. And the reason I have Vezina is because of how impactful he was to the game. I'm pretty sure he recorded the first shutout in NHL history.
Well, and the trophy's named after him.
And the trophy's named after him. But he died of a young age of something like a disease of some kind.
It happens, unfortunately.
Pretty sure, especially in the 1920s and 30s. And my number 10 is the craziest goalie of all time, Mr. Ron Hextall.
Why Hextall?
Just such a great goaltender, and he didn't put up with anyone's shit. You know what I mean? He just you're in his crease. Guess what? You're getting cranked in the back of the head. It doesn't matter. He didn't care about suspension. He didn't care about what people thought about him. He just wanted to play the game and he wanted to win. And that competitive nature is not easy to find with players like that.
No, it isn't at all. But it's Glenn Hall and then Bobby Hall. So it's H-U-L.
Oh, Hall and Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, so I see why you got that mixed up. So Bobby's with Brett, and then Glenn doesn't have any kids. I'm surprised you left out Bernie Parrott.
He's my 11.
Parent. What?
He's my 11.
He's your 11. Okay. I mean, I just that was one that like really pops in my head as like an older goalie that was very good. And then
I also left
Luongo, Lundqvist,
Johnny Bauer, Turk Rota.
And then because we're about to wrap up the show, we'll get into the other ones at a different day because I don't want to go too long with how crazy and messy this show has been.
Because I've got my D-man ready.
You do?
Okay, just tell me the word.
All right. We can do that real quick. But who do you think right now is the best goalie in the NHL right now? Like, I would say it's Carey Price.
Yeah, Carey Price. It's if he had a more stable team in front of him all the time, because he plays like 73 games a year. What do you want from the guy, Jesus?
He's so good.
He's so good.
And like that's what it made me laugh last night because I was watching that documentary with the Hershey Bears, and they ended up running into him in the Calder Cup finals one year, and he just shut him down. They're like, there's nothing we could have done against this kid. But who's your defense? Let's hit it real quick.
Number 1, Bobby Orr. Yes. I don't think there's much debate.
Well, when I think of hockey, I think of him flying through the air.
Exactly, the most iconic picture. One of the most iconic pictures in hockey history, maybe sports history even.
I would say, like, if you're thinking hockey, I think 1 and 2 is Bobby Orr and the Miracle.
Yeah, well, especially if you're American, the Miracle.
Yeah. Number 2?
Paul Coffey.
Okay.
One of the best skaters ever. Coffey even said it himself during his Hop 100 interview. I had a God-given talent. I could skate.
He's very good. He's very good.
He would wear his skates sometimes sometimes 3 sizes too small.
Why?
Just to get the most, so he could have the most
grip,
like control over his feet. I guess I don't know, but
That's weird. That sounds awful. His feet have to be killing him now as he's older.
Yeah, he literally tells kids, he's like, "Don't do that. My feet, like, they were bad. Like they'd bleed."
Number 4.
Number 3.
Oh, number 3.
Nicholas Lidstrom.
Yeah, that I definitely think.
Every NHL player nowadays that's played against him has said he was the best. If you dumped the puck on him, it was 2 feet off the ground, he'd bat it out of midair. He was so good and so calm. He was the presence every team needs and wants on the back end of a championship team.
4?
Chris Pronger.
That's who I was like, where you putting Prongs at? I love Chris Pronger.
The
Blues
most
and Ducks.
unfuckable, one of the most unfuckable players in the game, period. Okay. Claude Giroux said when they played on the same team in Philadelphia, and they played on the same team. One time he did something, he fucked up or something, and Prongs yelled at him from across the ice, and he said the whole fucking arena heard it. Whole arena.
Number 5? Uh-oh.
So behind closed doors, hold on. I'm almost done. Behind closed doors, Giroux went up to him, and he said, I was shitting myself before I did it, but I go, you can yell at me behind closed doors, I can fucking take that. But don't you fucking yell at me in front of everyone else. And he walked away, and then Prongs came up behind him, and he was expecting, like, pretty sure he was expecting to get, like, punched or something. And he's like, but Pronger, you know, big time gentleman, big time guy's guy, came and he apologized. You know what I mean? That's something that you don't get very often. Someone who admits they're wrong.
Well, I think that's why he wore this. Like he wore the C almost everywhere he went.
Exactly. Number 5, Chris Chelios.
Yeah, I mean, people could almost argue that he should be lower in the list, just because he played for 28 years.
Yeah, something like that. It was nuts how long.
You're breaking up.
Just where.
What? You're having internet issues?
Better?
Yeah, I mean, your picture's stuck, but I can hear you talk.
Hello?
Hello? Uh-oh.
Hello?
Looks like it. Hi? Well, anyways, looks like we just dropped Keenan. We're past time, and I'm going to finish up the show solo. So, it's been a shit show tonight. It's been fun. We've been all over the place. We haven't always known what to say or where we're going on. Oh, look, now I'm up on my screen. Some nights it's going to be like that. So some nights we're not always going to be as good as we want to be. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to get the hell out of here. And, Keenan's trying to get back in. I don't know. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. Keenan's already out of here. He's made shift his way on out. So everybody have a great weekend. I will be talking to you on Tuesday. And we have an interview on Monday. That will be super exciting. So everybody, I'm going to get the hell out of here. And let me play the song. I actually picked a new one. So goodbye, motherfucker!